Retired Professor Mark Wahlqvist was the expert witness advising the Medical Board of Tasmania. I am just an orthopaedic surgeon working in a rural community on the other side of the world. Why did the highest profile nutrition expert in Australia and Southeast Asia, and one of the most recognised in the world, become involved in my case? When questioned, even the medical board did not know where he appeared from. He just appeared. Wahlqvist promotes vegetarianism. His textbook is a recommended one for many nutrition courses and by the Sanitariam processed food company. He is associated with Sanitariam Health and Wellbeing, which is a cereal food company. He continues a close relationship with the Dietitians Association of Australia, which is entrenched with the food industry. None of this was declared as a conflict of interest in my investigation. He is widely published. He even has 112 articles published in his own journal that he is the editor of. Wahlqvist manages to write his own articles, reference his own articles, and then publishes such in his own journal. He does not declare any conflict of interest. Wahlqvist's wife is a senior dietitian at the School of Public Health Defence in Taiwan. She co-edits the Asia Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition with her husband. She has at least 9 articles published in the same journal that she edits. She has a relationship with the International Life Sciences Institute, which has significant associations with the food industry. That includes Kellogg's, Coca-Cola, Nestle, and Sanitariam Foods. Professor Noakes' expert witness against him was their highest profile South African academic dietitian. Professor Vorster has her own associations with ILSI. She was the South African president of ILSI from 1997 to 2001, with those links to the cereal and processed food industries once again. Wahlqvist and Vorster have been acquaintances for years. They're both involved in the International Union of Nutritional Sciences, where Wahlqvist was the president from 2001 to 2005. They spent time together at the Giessen Declaration on World Nutrition Policy in 2005, and despite claiming to be independent, the IUNS has ties with ILSI and most of the food industry. Dietitian Claire Strydom reported Professor Noakes to the South African Medical Board when she was president of the South African Dietitians Association. She has worked as a consultant for Kellogg's and promotes vegetarianism. All three have links to the cereal and processed food industry. Wahlqvist and Strydom promote a vegetarian diet. They don't seem to declare their conflicts of interest. Remember this list of groups that don't like Professor Noakes, myself, and the CrossFit community. Clearly, experts that are associated with the food industry have been involved in Professor Noakes and my cases. However, the more we have looked at it, the more we have considered this second group. The ones that don't like us recommending meat. This group have involved themselves in our nutritional guidelines forever, and particularly the last 100 years. Have you noticed that our nutritional guidelines have become vegetarian? That transition has turned out to be a health, economic, and environmental disaster. I've come to realise no one wants to debate the science of eating real food. I don't even believe it is about profit for big food, even though it is clearly a part of it. So why are they trying to silence us? I've come to realise that when you challenge a belief, an ideology, you cross paths with those that will defend their belief and never back down despite the science. Once I understood this, everything has become clear. I now realise the central role of nutrition in everything. All you need to do is then control the message and control the education, and then control the media. You need to use print, radio, television, and the internet. You can even publish articles in your own journals. Myths then become beliefs. If you keep the propaganda going, then it becomes an ideology. Throw in financial gain and we have a major conflict of interest that influences policy right to the top. Any politician will understand the implications of food policy on employment and economics. Generational education means many don't even realise that they are biased. Bias ends up determining what we buy, it determines how we eat and live, and bias determines how we react. Have any of you experienced the reactions of vegans and animal activists when you mention the benefits of meat for our health? How much have they also been conned? And that declaration of interest is my issue. And in nutrition, most people are not declaring their conflict, and particularly when it comes to belief and ideology.